One of the most powerful things a person, a human, can have in their life is to know that they are liked, that they are loved, and that they belong. There's 8 billion people on this planet all trying to co-create a reality. And you're trying to create your reality. Whether you realize it or not, you're creating a life. You're getting up every day. You decide to do something. You're creating a life. And one of the worst feelings is knowing that you get up every day. You have someplace to be. You have responsibilities you have to attend to. And yet it feels like you don't belong. That you are not in the right place in your life. And a lot of that comes from the social pressures we have. We have religious pressures, social society pressures, especially in Western culture, where you got to achieve a certain thing in order to be viewed at even by your parents as being successful, as not being, living to your highest potential. That whole idea, I'm not living to my highest potential. There's two sides to that, because I lived for many years thinking there's got to be more. This is not where I want to be. So there's I have something inside of me that wants to birth out, and I know it needs to come forth. I know I need to share it to the world. We have that. And then we have the other side of it, the restlessness. There's got to be more to life. I'm just grinding my ass off. I get a decent salary, but it's not great. There's got to be more. Where do I fit in? Where do I belong? Why can't my life be perfect? And that's ultimately the driving energy behind it. I want this particular life, and I'm not living it. And I'm upset in some way, whether angry, resentful, or even depressed and anxious, because I'm not living this life that I built up in my head, this perfect life. I want to create an illustration for you. Let's take a trip real quick in our minds in our gallery. A new painting goes up. It is on exhibit. It is huge. It is big. It is masterful. And everyone walks by it going, wow, that is amazing. That painting is perfect. Here's the deal. We're all viewing in amazement and wonder at this painting, and we call it perfect. But what point in the artist's painting of it did it become perfect? Did it become perfect on stroke one? Did it become perfect when he brushed the last bit of paint and set down his brush and said, it's done? When did it actually become perfect? Some of you will say, well, on that last drop of paint, and I'm trying to get my life to that point. I gotta get there. I gotta keep grinding and pushing and whatever it is that we're all after. Let me reframe this a bit for you. Because if the last stroke of paint was perfect, then what about all the other strokes of paint and outlines and scrapes and adjustments and blends and mistakes? Yes, every masterpiece had a mistakes along the way. The artist has to work through it, cover them up. So what point was it perfect? The last drop or every single thing that went into it? I think it's clear to say that every single stroke, no matter if it was a mistake, no matter if it had to be corrected or reblended or even taken out altogether and redone, it all led to what we are calling a masterpiece. What we are calling standing in the art gallery, looking up and going, wow, that's perfect. We're trying to achieve our life as if we're painting that last little dot and we make this perfect life. And yet we're still so young. This is insane because we're still painting. You're still alive, right? The last stroke doesn't happen until you take your last breath. So anything up until that point, by your definition of how you've been living your life, is not going to be perfect until you die. Well, what kind of life is that? Or maybe we frame this that everything is perfect. Everything you've done up until this point, every mistake and every fuck up are also part of the journey to the masterpiece that you are painting called this life. And it's all perfect because it's all contributing to building the thing that you are living. Yes, we have regrets. And yes, I don't want to dismiss obstacles that come in our way that are hard that we have to work through to overcome. Yet, when we are awakened and we're spiritually attuning, we're spiritually hungry, we want to live a better life. We want to live a life of service. We want to live a life of mission and purpose. We want to live a life of desire. We are open. Our hearts are open. We're not trying to numb ourselves out with the technology and the various numbing agents of the day. We want to have a love and compassion and empathy and goodness and prosperity and abundance. We want all of these things to be a part of our life. Richness, vibrance. We want them. Then you're in the middle of painting that. And everything you've done has led you to this very point. I just want people to understand that. If I have no other mission on this planet other than to tell you every moment you up until this point is just right for you, because that's the moments you chose. You had no other choice. You were working through whatever it was, and maybe you look back after you've grown and say that that's a fuck up. But why do we have to regret it so harshly to ourselves? That maybe there's this thing in the universe called alchemy. The Bible calls it redemption, but that's attached to sin. I want to separate from that, but let's use alchemy. That which is trash, that which is junk metal in the ancient times can somehow be chemically converted using alchemy, the mystery of alchemy, into something that was valuable, that was gold, that was more priceless. This is your life. Yeah, we've lived a certain way. I've made decisions. I've done it. But it's all led to this moment. It's all led to this moment of me speaking to you. It's the masterpiece we're painting, and every single stroke matters. Back in the 90s, in the 80s, when I used to sneak around listening to Christian contemporary music because I would get in big trouble for even entertaining listening to it, let alone listening to it, there was this song that I used to sneak on my little radio, my little tape player called, it was done by Michael W. Smith, called Place in This World. We're searching for our place in this world. How many of you are searching for your place in this world? You don't feel you are where you think you should be. You think you fucked everything up. You have so many mistakes that you can never be redeemed. It can never be alchemized. It can never be turned into a masterpiece. Maybe the painting that's in your head has to adjust a little bit. Maybe it's going to be something different. That painting, while it may not be what you think it was in your head, is no less a masterpiece. Just keep painting. Just keep going. Keep growing. Keep wrestling with all these things. Keep pushing yourself into something that's bigger and better. We have so much points of anxiety in this earth. We have so many points of stress. And a lot of it comes down to our identity and our relationship with the universe around us. At the core, we feel we don't belong. We've messed up, we fucked up, we don't belong. We don't know where we fit in. We don't know where our place in this world. We're trying to achieve some sort of perfection that does not exist. I want this to encourage you to let those expectations go and just paint your life. Go after vibrancy, go after desire, go after mission, go after purpose and service. Go after what's deep, deep, deep down in your heart. You want to feel like you belong, go there. Because all of that mystery is already inside you. You just got to unlock it. You just have to go into it. Be brave enough to go into yourself. Because one of the worst things, well, let me say it the positive way. One of the most powerful things a person, a human, can have in their life is to know that they are liked, that they are loved, and that they belong. They know where they fit in. They know their place in this world. These three things are that one of the most powerful things a person can know living this life, this mysterious, beautiful life, is to know this, that they are liked, that they are loved, and that they belong, that they fucking belong. They know where their place is in this world. So I want to encourage you this. I want to encourage you with this. I'll just do this. I'm going to tell you, you've never heard this before. I believe this is spirit inside of me, source, God, the universe inside of me, to you, wants to tell you this. And that is, you do belong. You are liked. You are loved. Where you're at is perfect. Let me say it again. You are liked. You are loved. And you fucking belong here in this moment, in this place. Let that hit for a little bit. You are liked. You are loved. And you belong. I bless you with that. I hope that hits. I hope that lands. If you've listened this far in the video, thank you. Please like and subscribe. But if nothing else, just walk away with the seed planted in this big comic mystery where we feel like it's too big and too overwhelming. That there is the divine inside of you. Source, God, the universe, the mystery inside that says this. No matter what you've lived before, no matter what those stories are that you built out for the first part of your life here, this is truth. You are liked by God, by spirit, by source. You are loved by God, by spirit, by source. You belong in this universe at this time. You belong here. You belong. You belong. You belong. Be blessed. I'll see you on the next video.